welcome to Petite Weaver Crafts episode 30. I'm recording here today on January 19th, 2017. Thank you so much you guys for joining me today. So for this week, I have no new stash to show you guys. I do have a few finished objects as well as a little bit of progress on some of my whips. And I picked up / started a new craft that I wanted to talk to you guys about. So yeah, let's get started. So first up is finished objects. I have a few finished objects to show you guys. I finished off another 3 pussy hat for the march this Saturday. This one and the one I'm wearing is knit up with Lemonade Shop's Glitter Bomb in their Sparkle DK base. I picked up this game when I went over to the Altered Stitch last weekend for a nice little pussy hat knit along. I saw this on the wall and I fell in love with it. So I picked up a skein and started on this hat. And I really like how the color flashed. It kind of reminds me of a tabby cat, but like a neon tabby cat. And of course it sparkles. This is probably going to be the hat that I will be wearing to the march. I really like the rolled brim. My head, it feels a little bit more... It feels a little bit more me, honestly, so my hair isn't so squished down. And for this one here, I use Malbrigo English Rose, which is also a super gorgeous colorway. I'm already working on a second one of these. And I'm almost done. I have a few more inches for the top and they'll be done. I'm still cranking out hats like a crazy person because I have all of the ones that I've made already claimed by some friends, but I wanted to have some extras passed out as well. So I'm working pretty hard. I can probably get 2 hats done a day, which is, I only have 2 more nights left to do this, and maybe on the train right there, I'll probably be trying to finish up hats and marching at the same time. So let's see how well that's gonna go. I'm pretty good at knitting and not looking at my hands, and I've tried knitting and walking a few times, but let's just see how this all goes. I'm super excited to be going to the march this Saturday. No matter what you think about our president-elect, soon-to-be president, I really enjoy just being a part of such a supportive community that is knitters as well as women, and I'm just excited to be spending time with a bunch of people who have similar views, and I hope to see some of you guys there as well. So yeah, please let me know. Message me on Instagram or here or whatever. I would like to see you guys. So I made a tiny bit more progress on my little baby Vertebrae, which is a open front cardigan. This, I probably added about another just 2 inches past the raglan here, and it's just super cute. This is going to be for my friend's newborn who should be here in about 2 months now. I just need to sit down and knit these after I'm done with the march. It's been super distracting, and like I mentioned, I kind of picked up a new hobby, which is terrible. I didn't need it. It's very distracting. I picked up a few hobbies actually. I really enjoy a challenge and love learning new things. It makes me feel really, really good when I can kind of at least have some semblance of adequacy in the craft. For Christmas break, I took an intro to pottery class, and that was both wheel throwing as well as hand building. And I finally got the products back from that class. The class was really challenging for me. I didn't do super well and I got a little bit frustrated, so I actually went back and took another class, and I'll be taking 3 more classes with this studio. Studio that I'm taking classes from is called Good Dirt LA, and for my intro class I ended up making 1 wheel thrown item and 1 hand built item. So for my wheel thrown item, I ended up with this little dish. It wasn't intended to be a dish. I had intended for it to be a bowl, but it got a little bit wobbly at the top, so I ended up having to settle for kind of this dish shape with a scalloped edge, and I put a little kind of curved spout on it, so it's, if I have like beads or something in here, it's easier for me to pour back into some sort of container. But I was very disappointed in myself that I couldn't get a bowl shaped item. So like I said, I started taking more classes, and for the second class that I took, I ended up with a bowl. It's still being dried and it hasn't been fired or glazed or anything like that. But I ended up with a bowl that looks like a bowl. And it made me really happy. And so yeah, I just really enjoy learning things and having that feeling of success that you did something right and you got a product out of it. It gives me like the biggest high. So I will be taking a few more classes, and hopefully I'll show you guys some more finished objects that look a little bit better than this poor sad dish did. So that was the wheel throwing part. I also made a cup that is hand built, meaning that I had a clay like slab and I shaped it into this cup shape. And here you can see I kind of etched my name into it, and it has this really pretty imprinted detail work that I kind of just slapped on there. And yeah, it's a mug. It's kind of a wobbly shaped mug. It's not quite straight. It has a little bit of a lean, but it's just character, and I really like it. This color is super cute too. So that's one of the new things that I started recently. Next, I also started quilting. Free motion quilting to be exact. One of my really good friends isn't really a knitter, or she doesn't have as much interest in knitting as I do, but she had mentioned that she would be interested in learning how to quilt. And I have only ever made like t-shirt quilts or like really straight line, like with a quilt top and the backing, but not like anything intricate for the quilting part, just straight lines mostly. So I wanted to, one, have this hobby with her and learn something new and have something, you know, to kind of really get excited about and do together. So I started to try to learn how to free motion quilt and get better at piecing as well. So here you can see some of my first attempts at some stipple free motion quilting. You can see it's just squiggly lines, and from far away it looks pretty good. But if you look up close, the lines are a little bit jagged and like, you know, the edges aren't super smooth. But I'm working on it, and it's, once again, I love a challenge. I love learning new things. And of course, I love having something crafty to do with some of my friends who I didn't have that bond with before. Yeah, she and I are super excited about it. We're trying to like kind of, you know, put on the brakes a little bit because we're just getting really excited and we want to make like 20 projects. So let me just start out and say that I am a subscriber on Creativebug, and if you guys haven't heard of Creativebug, Creativebug is a subscription-based website where you pay a flat fee every month, and for every month you also get one free credit for a class to keep permanently. I am a member. I'm not sponsored by them at all, but I really enjoy Creativebug because I consume a lot of crafts. As I said, I like to try a lot of new things, and Creativebug lets me do that with minimum investment in classes that I may or may not like. The instructions are shorter. It's not as a intensive class as a craftsy classes where, you know, you get like a, you know, 2 hours worth of class sessions and you don't interact with the teacher and that kind of stuff. But Creativebug is really nice to kind of like dip your toe into other crafts and see if you like them or not. So when my friend had mentioned that she had wanted to learn how to quilt, I kind of took a deep dive into all the Creativebug classes regarding quilting. One of the ones that I did recently is the Pop Rocks block, which is a pattern and tutorial by Anna Marie Horner. And here's my block. As you can see, it's a patchwork top, and it kind of has like a rectangle, the little rectangle, and a spot of color. And you kind of have 9 of them kind of rearranged to form this bigger block. The part that I struggle with the most, honestly, is the quilting part, which is the stitching of the top to the fluffy batting to the backing. I can do straight lines pretty well. Anything curved, I'm not super great at. This was just a little project for me to test one. Piecing all these little fabric pieces together. My squares aren't super square, so that's kind of why I like to practice a little bit. And yeah, I wanted to practice using my machine and doing the free motion part as well as the straight line. So I did a few different things. As you can tell, from far away it looks great, doesn't it? But if you look up closer, my curvy lines once again aren't super great. My little pretzel shaped border practice here is a little bit wonky. But yeah, it's a practice piece. I wanted something that was, you know, minimum investment. I probably won't use this for anything, but if I wanted to, I can probably turn it into like a pot holder or maybe an oven mitt or something like that. But yeah, I just really enjoyed the practice. I still need quite a bit of work. And here's the back. It doesn't look too awful. But yeah, I'm enjoying the whole process. I have one quilt in the works. I'm working on the quilt top now, and here is kind of some of my fabrics that I have picked out for it. Unfortunately, the modern quilt shop close to my place is closing, but fortunately, that means all the fabric is on sale. So this is kind of the colors that I picked out. A lovely grello quilt. It's going to be a pretty bold diamond print quilt top, and it is one of the Creativebug classes as well. The quilt project that this is going towards is called Diamonds in the Sky, which is also another Creativebug class. But yeah, so stay tuned. We'll see how it goes. I'm only about like a quarter of the way through piecing the quilt top, and then I have to quilt the thing. So we'll see how this goes. It's been really fun so far, and yeah, I'm enjoying a new challenge. And another kind of random thing that I did this week. 2 weeks ago, I went up to Santa Barbara, and as we were walking around, my friend pointed out a California sagebrush, which is, it smells wonderful. It's sage. It looked a little bit different. I had never seen sage that looked like that. I didn't know what it was until she pointed it out. But I actually ended up harvesting some of it. And by harvesting, I mean I just took some of it, just a few branches off of a few different bushes. So I didn't kill any of the plants. I let it dry out and everything. I pulled off the leaves. You can see it here. This sage, most sage that I had seen was more of a leaf shape like white sage. So I collected the plants and I let them dry out in my craft room, and then I pulled the leaves off. And I'm gonna mix the sage with some lavender and make some sachets. It smells amazing. Lavender and sage actually goes really well together, at least to me it does. It might smell a little bit astringent to some people, but I really enjoy the floraliness of the lavender and the sage together. So yeah, these should turn out to be pretty fun sachets. This bowl is one that I purchased from the pottery studio that I go to for classes. And this was what I hoped my bowl would look like. And here's what my bowl ended up looking like. Obviously not nearly as good, but I'm working towards it. This is my goal, you guys. I'm letting you guys know now, so when you see my project next, hopefully it will look a little bit more similar to this. So that's it for all my projects. Hopefully I'll get some more hats cranked out for this weekend. Please look for me. I will be wearing this hat. I'll probably go ahead and Instagram live for a little bit as well. So please follow me on Instagram as Petite Weaver. Hopefully I'll see some of you guys there as well. That's it for me this week. Thank you so much for taking your time to watch me as always. And show notes can be found below as well as on petiteweavercrafts.blogspot.com. We also have a Ravelry group, and I will talk to you guys next week. Thanks for watching. Bye!